So in this video, we are going to discuss about the bad habits leading to ill effect, that is the social diseases, right? So first one is drinking alcohol, chewing tobacco, smoking, and taking narcotic drugs are harmful for health, right? So these are addictive and habit forming substances, right? So their prolonged and excessive use can lead towards the serious disease and even towards the death also, right? So the first one is the alcohol. So taking alcohol affects the mental health and physical processes of the body, right? So regular intake of the alcohol affects the mental and physical process of the body very badly. It may cause damage to the nervous system, or even it also lowers down the blood sugar level, causes hypertension and the cardiovascular diseases, right? It impacts our heart also, which may cause the cardiovascular diseases. And in excess for a long time, if you are consuming the alcohol for a long time, it can badly impact your liver, and it can cause the liver damage, right? So it also leads to the slow response, reduces self control, impairs judgment, and causes disorientation. It also affects the neuromuscular coordination of the body, leading towards the accidents. So what is the main reason for that? Because it badly affects the cerebellum. So cerebellum, which is the part of the brain that controls the coordination, balance, and motor skill. So because of alcohol, that the cerebellum gets affected. So it also affects the coordination, neuromuscular coordination of the body, which can lead towards the accidents, right? So the next one is the tobacco. So what is the impact of intaking of tobacco? So chewing tobacco may cause oral mouth cancer, right? So smoking causes cough, right? The cigarette contains the tobacco, right? So smoking causes cough, inflammation, and irritation of the mucus lining of the nose, throat, trachea, and lungs, right? So smoking causes gastric, or we can say the duodenal ulcers, which are also known as the stomach ulcers. So it is a sore that develops on the lining of the esophagus, which is our food pipe, stomach, or small intestine, right? So smoking increases the risk of lung cancer, heart attack, and increased blood pressure also. So due to the hardening of the cell wall of blood vessels, right? So it may lead towards it may affects our various organs, that is the lungs, that can be the heart, because the pumping of the heart will not be done properly because of the smoking, right? So it may cause many diseases, right? The next is even non-smokers. So if you think that you don't smoke and you are very safe, so it's not the right, you're thinking wrong, because even non-smokers sitting with active smokers called the passive smokers. How? Because the person who is actively doing smoking and you are sitting besides that person, so indirectly that smoke is entering inside your body also, so you might be known as the passive smoker, which are prone to develop such effects as seen in the active smokers. So this is called as the passive smoking. So if you think that somebody is smoking nearby you, so you should not stay besides that person, you should avoid that place and you should move far, you should distance yourself from that particular person, right? So the next is the narcotic drugs. So drugs which induce sleep, a feeling of well-being, or a feeling of elation or excitement are called as the narcotic drugs or the psychotropic drugs, right? So these are the narcotic drugs which can be very much dangerous for all of us, right? So they influence the psychic activities, right? Mainly drugs impacts our brain. It hampers our brain so badly, right? So these, what are the examples of narcotic drugs? So these includes the opium, morphine, charas, ganja, bhang, then heroin, cocaine, caffeine, marijuana, etc., right? So what are the harmful effects of taking drugs. What can be the harmful effects? So serious damage to the nervous system, brain damage, and the seizures, right? So it may affect our nervous system, it may affect our brain, because it mainly affects the main part, that is the brain, and the seizures, right? So the what can be the adverse effects? So adverse effects on our respiratory system and the circulatory system, right? So it can also increase the chances of heart attack and the cardiac failure. Because of that, the person can die on spot, right? So it can also cause the hallucinations and illusions, right? So what is the hallucination? It is a perception of having seen, heard, touched, tasted, or smelled something that wasn't actually there. So it happens due to the intake of narcotic drugs, so which may affect the vision and hearing. So I hope now you have understood each and everything. Thank you so much.